Pratt.
Who's the host?
Megan.
MC? Megan, right? Yeah, Megan.
God damn
Also, I hope you can see the peanut butter. There it is. Enjoy.
Let me take a look. There it is. 2 jars still.
2 varieties: creamy smooth and crunchy.
Okay, I thought it was creamy and smooth. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's the
skip
difference?
these.
Yeah, in my head, I said crunchy and smooth, but it came out creamy and smooth.
It didn't work
I was
out.
like, that's not right.
Those are
I
not
thought
2
it was
variations.
like
Those
two
are 2
different
of the same.
brands or something. Like one calls it smooth and one calls it creamy.
Yeah. Well, the one's a little bit velvetier than the other.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
that little milk to the creamy one. That's why it's called creamy.
Christ. I can't believe I came back.
Can't either.
And there's our cold open.
I'm back, bitches. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Joy Pad podcast. I'm sorry. I came in a little hot there. My apologies. It's Megan. I know you haven't heard my voice in a little while, and you were very upset based on all of the comments that we did not receive on our social media channels. But anyway, I'm joined, as always, by my lovely co-hosts. They have varying degrees of faces. Tom looks concerned. Fleming was laughing. I can't see Pinto. But anyway, you can't see me, so it's great.
John Cena?
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Save me. Tom, how are you? What are you drinking in that orange can? And what have you been playing, if anything? And how is Madden?
Oh, you know what? I haven't even played Madden in a little while, so take that, EA Sports. My
it's in the
methadone
game.
is working. I am drinking a orange cream bubbly because they were all out of orange LaCroix when I went to the grocery store last.
Oh, no.
But this is interesting because it almost tastes kind of like the Creamsicle Stewart's, but non-soda-y. So it's good. I, as I said, have not been playing Madden, but I have been playing a lot of the alternative to Madden, which is Stardew Valley, better known as Madden Methadone.
How are those mods working for you, buddy?
Oh, the mods are good, man. The mods make the game interesting again. Because I think I told Pinto I was playing Stardew Expanded, so I have the additional characters from that mod. They're fairly interesting. Some of them are a little depressing at times. But I actually like the Stardew Expanded is basically like a framework where you can add a bunch of other things and you get all the different locations. But my primary addition actually has been Artisan. I think it's called Artisan Valley, where you get additional crops and kind of crafting machines. So I made myself an Americano coffee in my most recent morning using an espresso machine.
Wow.
I have a alembic that allows me to craft essential oils. I have some, I forget what they're called. They're called like glass jars. You can make kombucha in them out of mushrooms. So the mushrooms have like a purpose. I'm booching. I'm booching.
You're gonna share some of the mother?
No.
God damn it.
It's called like an Eastern keg or something, but you can ferment soybeans and make like natto and tofu and stuff, which is cool.
That's neat.
But the best and most important reason I got this is that it introduces stills, and I can become a whiskey distiller, which is what I've always wanted to do.
Which is, every time we would play, Tom would go, I can't believe when I put corn into the kegs, it gives me corn juice. And when I put potato in, it gives me potato juice.
Yep. The kegs still do that, but you can make a different machine called a still. And if you shove a potato in there, it becomes vodka. And there are drying racks where you can get malts. And if you put the malts into the still, you get whiskey or bourbon or scotch if you do barley malt. So it's a good mod. There's also a cell phone mod. Have you done that one, Pinto?
Nope.
you can just like once you get to 4 hearts with people, you can just call them on the phone, and it can count as your talk for the day, which is nice. They can call you as well.
So you don't have to spend your day trying to find them.
Yes, but the best, well, you still do if you want to give them a gift.
Ah,
Okay.
But the best part is you can call Robin and be like, "Hey, upgrade my buildings," and you don't have to go find
Ooh.
her. Now, can you do the same with bitch ass Marnie? No, because Marnie likes to just leave her work for days at a time.
Because she's hanging out with the mayor.
Yeah, hanging out.
the character of Tom will today be played by the Stardew Valley subreddit.
There's a fan fiction about this.
Is there really? I wouldn't.
I'm sure there is.
Well, I'm sure
I
there
don't
is.
know.
I was talking about the complaints about Marty not being in her shop, not her
Oh,
and me
yeah.
and Lou was fucking.
Oh, we used to complain about that when you and me and Fleming would play together as well. But yeah, and I mean, actually, what I just got into winter, and I'm having fun with the new crops because there's winter crops. So I have juniper berries planted, and when I get those sweet, sweet juniper berries up, I can turn them into gin, which will be fun.
And then you can drink trees.
Hell yeah! Hey, you can make a Tom Collins with some gin. That's what I'm all about. But there's also just like fruit trees that you can plant for the winters. So I have yuzu and I think it's persimmons. I don't know how to pronounce that.
That sounds right.
But yeah, so those are going strong in winter too. So it kind of like keeps that season a little bit more interesting too. So there's also like meat trees and meat crops, and I'm just not super into doing that because that
Yuck.
sounds scary.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like you could get meat resources from the animals somehow, and it would make it more realistic,
Yeah.
whatever. But like kind of like a thing like that. No, you plant seeds that grow meat, and I was
No,
like,
thank
So I have that mod installed still, but I'm like, I'm just gonna not use this. But yeah, I have a ton of. I mean, there are a bunch of machines I haven't even used yet. I have one that can make candles out of beeswax. There's one that makes noodles out of stuff. Yeah, so I'm still playing around with it. I've done less than a year in game, but it's pretty cool. And it takes up a good amount of time, but it's that sweet, sweet veg out time. So I just kind of get in and Stardew out, and you know what? The other thing I'll say is I have cheated a good amount to get started because who gives a fuck? I've played Stardew Valley 8 million times. I have 360 hours logged in the game. It's more fun if you give yourself a return scepter to start out with and all of the iridium quality tools.
You gotta step up those numbers, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm sure. What are yours?
About 1,000.
Holy
Jesus.
shit. Well, okay. Well, what you have there, I make up in Madden.
That's
the
right.
difference. So,
Is that just on PC, Pinto?
No, that's combined. I have
Okay.
about 800 hours on PC, but then I also have it on my phone, my PS4, and my Switch.
Of course.
So,
damn, son.
you know.
Give Concerned Ape that money. It's not that expensive, though. That's the thing.
No.
But
And it's worth it.
oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. I'll probably be playing more of it as I continue on. The only other game I've really played has been Dicey Dungeons. I forget if I talked about that last time or not. But basically that game, it's I don't know how to describe it too well. You get equipment, and as you go into battles, I think you start off with 2 dice, and they roll. And depending on what the value is, you get to use it to activate your equipment. And it'll do more or less
Oh.
damage depending on the dice roll. But there's a lot of limits and usages and ways to re-roll dice or get extra dice. And you level up and you get new equipment as you go along, and you fight different monsters along the way. And there's 6 different characters, I think, that you can play as, and they all have different mechanics for rolling dice and different equipment kind of thing. So it's fun, and it's one of those games that doesn't require too much of a time commitment because you can sit down, play a little bit, get however far you get and just stop. But it has that little bit of like roguelike element too, where you might get different equipment on your next run to try and get further. So I enjoy it. I think that's a game that Dave gifted me a while ago, and I hadn't had a chance to play, and now I'm just giving it a little try here and there. So that is it on my end at the moment. So I will kick it over to Fleming. What are you consuming for your beverage, and what are you consuming for your gaming brain?
Well, I am the beverage boy. I have an orange LaCroix.
Oh, that's where they went.
Ooh.
I
Son
took
of a
them all.
bitch.
Fleming bought them all.
I get them at Aldi. There was only 2. I bought both cases. However, my wife and I decided to get off to somewhere for food, and we got Sonic. So I have a shut up, Tom. So I have a cherry limeade, and it's delicious.
Oh man, dude.
Sorry.
Sonic tried to break into our market, and they're all gone. It's the same thing.
There's still one.
Where?
Near the Wyoming Valley Mall.
Oh, that's.
I'm pretty sure it's still there.
I
You have to drive to Wyoming to get Sonic? That sucks.
Exactly.
No, that's been closed for a long time.
Oh, never mind. I lied. I don't get out.
It's the same thing that happened with Quiznos. Quiznos did the same thing.
Quiznos sucks.
Sorry, Fleming. I
delicious.
didn't mean
It's
to
okay.
interrupt. I'm just
It's fine.
jealous of your beverage.
It's delicious. It's a little watered down at this point because it was like 2 hours in the fridge. Not too bad, but a little bit. So still good. Really wanted cherry limeade, and we decided we were going to have Sonic. So that's what I got. And then I have my water as well, which you may see me drinking from. It's a massive blue bottle. It'll be hilarious. Anyway, in game world, I have been playing. Well, Tom, you didn't mention Played Up. So
No, I
we've
did
been
not.
playing quite a bit of Played Up as a group, which has been fun. Maybe twice a week, I'd say on average or so, which has been good. Really enjoying that game. I've been playing Age of Empires. There's a new patch that came out just yesterday or the day before. This week, sometime. Days blend together. But they changed a lot of things that they haven't changed for the years and years the game's been out. They made infantry a lot stronger against archers, which was really like people just kept microing away and killing infantry with archers, so you never saw them really used. All the infantry civs are bad, so they patched those. That doesn't impact me much. However, Bengalis, which had the worst win rate in the entire game, which is why I was playing as them to give myself a challenge, got a lot of buffs, and I'm really good now, and I'm not losing because they overbuffed them. So
You played with the ankle weights on. Now
Yes.
they've taken them off.
So I am flying up the 3v3s because I don't play ones. It's too much effort. 3v3s though, I play a lot of them, and every time I'm starting to win and I have all my elephants, I just put all caps. I am the Bengalis. My name's I am the Bengalis, and I start calling myself the Bengali boy. It's a lot of fun.
You're a social terror in these games.
Like
You were Mitt Romney before you were the Bengalis.
I was
You were
Mitt Romney.
That's true. That is true. You were encouraging the world to remember
Yes,
Mitt Romney,
I was.
who I
Yes,
believe
my
is
name's-
still a member of the Senate.
I believe so too. Yes.
Oh,
Maybe I'll
goodness.
change my name to I am the Senate.
No
I am
one will
above the
know
law.
if it's a reference to Mitt Romney or Star Wars.
No, I changed my name a lot though. I think for a little while it was full poop because of that one guy that said he had to take a full poop. So I don't know. I changed it a lot. It's fun. But yes, I am a terror, especially when I have all my elephants in Age of Empires, because that's what the Bengalis are known for, all their elephants. What else have I played? And then I've been playing a lot of EU4 again. I got tired of Madden. I started so I went through the full 30 seasons of franchise. I think I won like 7 Super Bowls. I only play the playoffs. Otherwise, I simulate the entire season and see how my team is from just my own building and trading. I had 2 very good quarterbacks in that time. And I didn't realize how soon it was going to end, or my second really good quarterback was probably going to do even better. But then, yeah, I won, I think, 6-7 Super Bowls with the Bengals. That was fun. But I got kind of tired. I started a superstar mode, which is just like individual player mode, and it's kind of stupid. Like there's nothing really special about that, and you just lose out on doing a lot of the other fun stuff like trading players. So I said I don't want to do this anymore. So I switched over to playing EU4 again. Yeah, that's I think it. So Mr. Pinto, how you doing? What you drinking? You feeling good? How's your wife? How's your job?
Ugh,
how's the new computer? How's the new computer coming?
The new computer status is on the way, pretty much. We haven't. Let's part the kimono a wee bit. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks, and if you listened to the last episode, basically all we talked about was building a new PCs. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen this weekend. My new case is in the car, waiting to be transported along with the RAM, and that's all I've bought so far because the rest I'm purchasing at a Micro Center and from Tom, who is being kind enough
graphics card
to give
that
me
I'm selling to Pinto.
To give me a good deal on a graphics card. I've kind of hit this thing where I'm like, there are things I've been wanting to do and games I've been wanting to play, and I'm just like, I'll just wait until I have my new computer. So that's where I've kind of been at for the past 2 weeks. I've been like, I kind of want to do this thing. I'll just wait till I have my new PC. So I haven't been playing too much. We've been playing Played Up, as Fleming stated, and that game is a lot of fun. And it feels a lot more cooperative and less frustrating than Overcooked, as we've said. There are definitely some moments where the only sounds you can hear is ah, but there haven't been any rage quits like we had with Overcooked, where we just ended the call in stony silence, which is the only time I remember that happening.
I don't really ever feel mad at anybody in Played Up. It's just like, maybe we could have done something better there, or we just kind of like regroup and re-strategize when something goes wrong. That's about it. Which is nice. Like, that's how it should be. Yeah,
that's truly co-op, because you're actually working together, not there's a much more cohesive sense of teamwork in that game. Beyond that, I have been playing Resident Evil 4 still. The OG, man, not the remake. I know the remake has been out for a week. I know Megan has been playing it, and I want to ask her many questions about it. But I'm still playing the original, because, God, it's such a good game, and I'm scared that once I play the remake, I won't want to go back to the original ever again, so I'm getting my jollies in now, pretty much. I'm playing on professional mode, and it's actually not that hard. I guess I'm still pretty good at the game, which is nice. It's nice to be like, I'm good at a game. I don't get to say it very often. Stardew Valley doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Man, I just remember when we started playing, I could answer pretty much any question that anyone had for me.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's really been it. I haven't played much else, which the floodgates will open once the new computer is built. I really want to play Sons of the Forest. The Dead Space remake, which I will repurchase once I have my new computer, because I sold it back when it wouldn't run on my current build. And the Resident Evil remake, of course. And I've found this is what happens when I start playing a particular game in a series I enjoy that I have not played in a long time. So I started playing Resident Evil 4, and thanks to my addictive personality, I'm like, God, I love Resident Evil. I want to play all the Resident Evil games again. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Resident Evil games. There's 0 through 8, and that's not including all the offshoots, such as Code Veronica, and Revelations 2, and Survivor, And there's more that I can't even think of right now.
Is Survivor that one where you got to pick different people and you could be the guy that was the mechanic that could make tools with like duct tape and
That was Outbreak, actually.
Outbreak?
Yeah.
They made a second one of that too, I think.
Yeah, that game was ahead of its time, man. Because it came out on the
was.
PlayStation 2 and you were supposed to play it online. I think you had to have like a hardwired connection with Ethernet because,
I actually had the PS2 online adapter. Because I had an original PS2. I think the slim ones may have already had it built in, but they were released way later. You had to like take part of the back of your PS2 off, and then you like put this big chunky boy in. That was probably a good like, I don't know, 4.5 to 6 inches across, and probably like almost the same in terms of depth. And you like slide that in, bolt it in, and then it had an Ethernet connection, and you had to connect a wire.
And then you didn't get to play with anyone because no one else did it.
There were like a handful of people that had it, and for the most part, what people played was like whatever was on the demo disc that came with it, which was a demo of Madden Online, which I played a lot of. But eventually it became like SOCOM and stuff, and people did play SOCOM. The Final Fantasy 11 was a big title for that, but I don't know how the hell you played that on a
console.
Yeah. But Tony Hawk Underground, that's how I played that online.
Ooh, Thug Online. Damn.
It was the best. It's the best.
But yeah, that's really that's about it. I'm going to be probably doing a deep dive into the Resident Evil universe very soon with Resident Evil 4 remake, and I still need to play Village.
Yeah,
I have not done that yet. And I found myself wanting to play Resident Evil 7 again, and I'm like, oh man, I'm just going to play them all, I think.
Has the price on Village come down significantly?
I own it still. Like, I have
it
on console. I just haven't played it because I know I've told this story before, but if you've forgotten, I played it for like an hour and a half, and I was like, where do I go? And I was lost, and then I found the door that was very, very obvious, and I got upset and turned the game off, and I haven't touched it since.
Is that what happened?
That is exactly... No, it wasn't a door. I was supposed to climb over a wall or something, and I couldn't find like the context clues. And I climbed over, and I got mad, and I turned off the game, and that was the end of my Village adventure.
This is a 30-some reaction that is completely valid to a game. If you can't figure it out in the precious free time that you have.
Yeah, but time heals all wounds, and I think it's time to go back to it.
Nice.
So Megan, how's Resident Evil 4? What else have you been playing? We haven't spoken on the podcast in like a month.
Yeah, I mean it's been a little bit. Life is finally calming down for the most part. Resident Evil 4, the remake, is it's good. I'm really enjoying it. I forgot how fucking slow you are though as Leon, which is frustrating. But no, I really like it. It's real pretty graphically. It looks very nice. I have not played the original. I don't know in how long. So I kind of forget maybe what they added, what they took out. It's nice though. They added some little in Pinto because you're going through the original. Did they have missions for you to complete with the shopkeep?
Only one. It was the blue medallions. That was it.
Okay, they've added a few different things, which I think is a lot of fun and add some nice bonuses for you as a player. And there's like a shooting gallery. I don't remember if that was in the original.
That was in the original, yeah. I was wondering if they were going to keep that or not. Yeah,
so it's definitely there. But overall, like it's still pretty much on rails. They said that they were going to kind of cut back on the open worldness. That they kind of gave players in 8, if you can call it that.
Fair.
But there was I feel like there was more exploration that you could do in Resident Evil 8. Like there are a lot of little secrets that you can find if you track them down. But they kind of did away with that in Resident Evil 4. But I'm in the same boat as you, Pinto. Playing, like, leading up to 4 coming out, I was playing the games again. Like, we were talking about how I had started Resident Evil because I had never played it. And then work blew up and I just didn't have time for anything, so I kind of got away from it. But I want to go back from, like, 1 forward to play everything again. But yeah, I think Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorites in the series. So I'm super happy with it. I'm excited for you to get into it, Pinto, and hear your thoughts.
Yay! God, I can't wait to play it. You did, and Lord help me, thanks Reddit again. Boy, have I seen some mods for that game.
Oh, right? I think I sent you a video for one of them.
If you want to see Leon with a whale tail, woo, that exists.
Or a tribal lower back tattoo with, like, a crop top on.
Yep.
There's even I think there's a shirtless mod as well.
There's also a mod to turn Ashley into a ratatouille, which I found very entertaining. She just rides around in Leon's hair. She's just Ratatouille.
That's amazing.
That is one thing that I am both disappointed for and not. I'm disappointed with it and not at the same time that Ashley is still the fucking worst.
Is her voice still, like, piercing? It's got to be a different voice actor.
It's not piercing, but it's not, like, I don't know. She's just annoying. I just find her really annoying.
She's supposed to be, though.
I know, but I don't deal well with annoying, and especially, like, adding terrible sidekicks. She's not even a sidekick. She's just a nuisance. Like, I'm trying to shoot a blue medallion. I'm, like, a little more than halfway through the game. I'm trying to shoot a blue medallion, and every 2 seconds, she keeps running right in front of the scope. So every time I go to take a shot, I'm going to shoot her in the head and kill her, and that will be it. So that is still the same. Don't expect it to be better.
That's fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, at least I know some of the experience will still hold true.
Still be the same. But other than that, and played up with you gentlemen here and there, I really haven't had a ton of time for much else. I still have the Dead Space remake that I really want to get into. I think I'll do that after Resident Evil. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's about it for me. I'm sorry it's not super exciting with all of this time.
How dare you? How dare you have a job and a life that you have to do things that are not play video games? I feel like that's just a disappointment in and of itself.
Right? I'll do better.
The problem is that this is the Megan-centric podcast episode.
I don't want that. No, thank you.
Tell us more things about games.
Well, I started playing games at the tender age of. No, I will not do that. I will not do that. This is not about me. This is about all of us.
I'll jump in with one thing, just so you guys are aware. I just found that on Steam, the game Spider Heck is on sale for $7.50. Which is about 50% off. It's basically like Stick Fight the game, except that you're spiders and you can create webs and sling yourself around places.
Did you say it's heck, like HE double hockey sticks?
No double hockey sticks. That would be the H word.
Right.
Heck, as in HECK.
Okay, that's the same thing. Oh, I did lie. There is another game that I tried. Your Dicey Dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
So I downloaded a game called Blocky Dungeon, which is take the concept of Tetris and put it in like a top-down dungeon crawler / roguelike.
How?
So like,
how?
Think Tetris pieces, but it's like pathways in a dungeon. So you can lay the dungeon out however you want to meet certain like mission parameters. So it's like complete this level in like 10 or less moves, kill 3 enemies. So as you put pieces down, the pieces will have like monsters or health potions or like power-ups, different things of that nature. So you're like simultaneously building your map, but then also moving your knight through it. And as you build complete rows, you can destroy them to destroy enemies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just watched a video on it because I could while you were explaining it. I didn't watch audio, obviously. I was actually listening to you, but
Thank you.
yeah, that looks like a pretty cool game, actually.
Yeah.
I think it seems like kind of a game manifestation of some board games I've played, like Boss Monsters, a little bit like that.
Yeah.
And the makers of that game made another game called Overboss, which has a similar like tile construction kind of thing.
I
So
have both of those.
yeah, I do too. Of course, the whole like Tetris thing is a different component. So
you have control over the pieces, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about them like falling and dropping in places you don't want them in. So you can be a little bit more strategic about where you're placing things. You can't reach the top of the board because then you die.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a cool concept. I like that.
I actually found myself wanting to play Tetris the other night.
Isn't it just so nice to sit down and play Tetris sometimes?
It is. But I do remember the time that Fleming sent me video of, like, the World Tetris Championship or some shit, and I was like,
what?
First of all, wow, this exists, but second, I didn't know you could be so amazing at Tetris.
Was it like an old one or a new one?
It was a couple years ago, but I remember it was like a young kid versus like probably like a 30-year-old dude.
Yeah,
you might have sent that to me too.
I think I sent it to you too, Tom. It's a pretty popular game, in certain scenes. They've got Twitch in particular has, I think, caused a surge in certain types of games that communities were able to be formed around, and I think Tetris is one of those because of the ability now to stream, and all that too. So I just think that probably revived it. But I think the one that I sent you guys was from like 2017 maybe, or 18, something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting. There are certain games that are more solitary, which are made less solitary by streaming on Twitch. Because, in a lot of cases, your high score is to just yourself, unless you're showing it off to the world. Or
Always.
You're doing something competitive like that Tetris thing. Like, I have a pinball machine. The only reason anyone knows what my high score is when I take a picture of it, because the machine does not want to remember it when I turn it off.
Oh, no.
So, and I'm sure whoever had it before me got a much higher one. But
I do think that sense of community in, like, what have been traditionally much more solo games is really interesting, because one of my favorite things about Detroit Become Human was that when you completed the chapter, it would show you the percentage of people that made the same choices that you took, or in some cases, I looked at what Megan did and judged her very harshly for her choices. Like, I can't believe you did that.
Really? Did I make poor choices?
No, we actually made pretty much the same choices.
Oh, okay. I figured. We usually align.
Yeah, but it was really cool to, like, I don't know. It's interesting with how, toxic gamers are considered, that when going through that game, it's like most people chose the very nice, I don't want to hurt anyone options for the most part.
I wonder if it's a different crowd of gamers, though, that plays that game as opposed to Call of Duty Shoot 'em Man.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what happens if you forced a bunch of, like, Call of Duty players to play through all the Quantic Dream games.
Oh, I'm gonna slap this guy. I'm gonna shoot this girl. That's what they all sound like, by the way. Actually, it's more high-pitched because they're, like, 12. Suck a dick, asshole. I almost said a much worse word, and I did not want to use a slur, so I'm glad I stopped myself.
Wow.
You did a good job. Proud of you.
Thanks.
Wow.
That's also my Mickey Mouse impression.
My mom says to huff these nuts, jackass.
Get good, scrub.
My favorite interaction I had with like a little kid playing a video game was like I played Madden against what must have been an under 10-year-old child. And I like they didn't talk that much, which is fine. I don't talk at all. But at the end you could just hear like and then like the dad came over and was like, "It's okay, buddy. Yeah, you're not going to win every game. It's all right." Which is what I wish my dad would say when I lose to people in Madden Online.
I
At
don't know.
least his
That's
dad. Oops, sorry.
I felt like that's what I had to say to you guys sometimes when we lost at StarCraft. It's all right, guys. We'll win the next one.
That's
We'll get him.
That's me now in StarCraft. I'm the, hey, I'm not good at this, but all right. I am not good at StarCraft.
Oh, I'm sure I'm not anymore either. It has been quite some time since we've played any StarCraft in any form. And going back to it, I'd be like, how do?
Yeah, I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah, even Fleming has switched to Age of Empires, so.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, there's an interesting number of like RTSs out there, and StarCraft just kind of fell off. Like
War Selection.
Yeah, or Dabumna. And even then, the Total War games, I think I'm interested in, but man, I just can't. We've had this discussion. I have a hard time making my brain learn the new mechanics right now.
Yeah, just get into Total War Warhammer 40k. I think that actually exists.
I don't think there's a 40k variant of it. There's just regular Warhammer Total War.
Okay.
And I do have Total War Warhammer 2. I bought it a while ago on sale or something. So take that.
That's fine.
You told him.
You showed me.
I want to play Warhammer 40k sometime. I do have that set.
I know. I saw it in person.
We're gonna play it.
Did you try painting it?
Tom showed off his crack to me. And by crack, I mean drugs.
Yeah, that's
And then I showed him my ass.
Showed him the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like a bunch of games I've kind of run into like that where it's like, I think this would be fun if I could get my head around it. I actually had one suggested to me recently, which was Solasta Crown of the Magister.
Boy, just from the title, it's like when you open up a book and 30% of the words on the first page are made up. You're like, I need to be in the right mindset for this.
Yep. Well, the funny thing is, like, you start it up and you create characters, and it's just like creating D&D characters. Like, the classes are almost exactly the same. Same with, like, the, race kind of thing, too. So I made it through making, like, 2 characters, and I was like, yeah, I've done enough. I don't want to actually play the game. I went through the exercise of making the characters. I'm good.
That was me playing Fallout 3. I made a character and turned the game off and haven't touched it.
But Fallout 3 is good.
Yes, I hear all the Fallout... Well, from Fallout 3 onwards, even Fallout 1 and 2 are good, but a bit archaic.
It's probably very difficult to play Fallout 1. I tried playing Fallout Tactics at one point, and was just like, this is too much for me. I can't do it.
I heard 76 has gotten better.
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Fun story. 2 of my wife's former coworkers, only one of whom still works for her, another has moved to a different position, started getting romantically involved through playing Fallout 76 together.
Oh.
And now they're married, and they have a house together and everything. So
wow.
There is one good thing that Fallout 76 has done for the universe.
Love.
Exactly. It didn't do anything good for my wallet because I bought it at release to play with the man in that relationship, and I think I played for 10 minutes. No, I played for like 10 minutes, and I was like, "This is bad." And I never logged back in.
See, I played a lot of it, but that's because I was stuck at home. This was like post back surgery.
Oh yeah.
So like I just dumped so many hours into that game. It was super buggy though, like all good Bethesda games are. I don't
There
know.
were like no NPCs though at the
None.
beginning. It was
Just,
like
they were all
a
robots.
barren world.
Uh-huh. It was neat, the things that they were trying to do. But like you said, no real NPCs, but they have changed so much. They've added them. Lots of DLC content now, different areas. So I keep like debating whether or not I want to sink time into it again. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think my holdup would be that I have it on PS4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And playing Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 on PlayStation was fine, but when it gets more open world and you try to communicate with people, I'd rather have it like on my PC.
Yeah.
That's all my MMOs are too. Like I can't imagine trying to play, like I said with Final Fantasy 11, I can't imagine trying to play that on a console because there's too much coordination that you have to do.
Right.
And that's why StarCraft 64 was a bust.
Listen, if you wanted to play split screen with your friends and have your N64 crash into the ground,
was there
was
actually split screen in that? I don't remember. I literally only played it once at a friend's house.
Well, let me tell you, friend, because I also played it once or twice at a friend's house. Yes, there was split screen. That's we played against each other.
That completely defeats the purpose. Because like,
it was
if you could see
terrible.
what the other person's doing.
Yeah, but you didn't understand. We were like 14, and what is this?
Yeah, I remember I built like 2 vultures and then died, and I was like, well, this game's lame. Let's play Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the party game goes, StarCraft 64 is not it. Although, actually, that does bring me to a topic of party games. Because my good buddy Tim, who you guys know, the Mikes know, I've met Tim. He's getting married in October, and we're having a bachelor party for him in September. So, his bachelor party request was basically like, we're going to go hang out at the beach and play video games.
Yeah, just remember to bring them, because I remember we went on a bachelor party to the ocean and did not bring any video games and played Risk for 72 hours straight.
Dude, we had so much fun playing Risk for 72 hours.
I know we did, but I can't
buy
believe...
Risk while we were there, too. We didn't even bring Risk. We went to like a bookstore and
Walmart.
I bought Risk. And it was great.
It was Walmart.
Yeah.
It was Walmart. Because we went to Walmart to pick up food. And then you were like, let's get some board games. And we went and looked, and they had like 5.
It was,
Risk.
it was like Monopoly Junior, not even regular Monopoly. Connect 4.
Yep. And it was like, Risk. So, okay.
Yeah, and you guys didn't want to play fucking Connect 4, so we had to play Risk.
It's really hard to play Team Connect 4.
Make it Connect 8.
2v2 Connect 4. It doesn't work very well.
No, we had fun playing Risk, man.
We did, but again. I think we also were going a little insane by the end of it.
Maybe you were.
We were too good.
You were the sober one.
That's true.
I sat here pounding scotch and breaking the Venezuela Pact. But I think what we will be doing is probably like Smash Brothers is definitely going to be out there. Risk is probably going to be played at some point. But Wii Sports, I think, is or whatever the new one is. Do they just call it Switch Sports on the new one?
I don't know.
Because they remastered like a bunch of the Wii Sports and they added some new ones for the Switch. Like there's a fencing now. I think there's a soccer, stuff like that. But it seems pretty good. But me and Tim used to play golf a lot on Wii Sports, so it'll be fun to do that.
Nice.
And then just whatever other games. Like I think I'm gonna bring my Xbox and have Halo, so we can do multiplayer Halo. That'll be good. Just anything else you kind of think of for that party environment. StarCraft 64.
Yeah. Mario
Did you
Party
see
1.
Pokemon Stadium is back?
Is it really?
Yeah, on the digital N64 within the Switch. So you can play all those sweet mini games.
OG Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they were making a new one. I was like,
No. They brought back the original, yeah.
God, I can't imagine like a new Pokemon Stadium with like all 850 Pokemon or whatever.
I mean, the biggest thing was those mini games. Honestly, the rest was meh. But my memory of Pokemon Stadium was a friend that would rent an N64 from Blockbuster, not the game, the whole console.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
you could definitely do that.
The hard case that it would come in.
Yep, 100%. And she would
Brinks
set that up.
armored vehicle would drive it to your house.
They have people to bring it in and set it up. No, but she bring it to the church that my mom worked at, and we would play those mini games. So like that Lickitung sushi conveyor belt game.
The Scyther,
that's the one I remember.
Wasn't it like a wood shopping game?
That sounds right.
There was the Kakuna and Metapod Harden game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
And Clefairy's memorized this.
Oh, that was torturous.
Just for the mini games alone.
Oh yeah,
it's worth it.
It was like ahead of its time in terms of all those mini games.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Mario Party kind of adapted to a lot of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was better at that time. It was better, and it was Pokemon themed. So where's Pokemon Party? I'd play that.
Yeah,
right?
Mario is getting all the shine.
It's all the credit with this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, and I don't know how I feel about it.
No.
Like, I'll watch it when it's on TV in 5 years.
Yeah.
I've heard it's made for babies, so I'm like, I'm good. and the one thing that has stuck out to me that bothers me about that is that little kids are going to think that Chris Pratt is Mario.
Unfortunately.
I don't like that. Then they're going to play games and be like, why isn't Chris Pratt telling me about why he likes bagels?
Because as we all know, Mario loves him some bagels.
Yeah.
That's
the plot of the movie.
Some deep lore right there.
I've heard the actual plot of the movie is that Mario doesn't like mushrooms, but he has to eat mushrooms to get big. So it's like, eat your vegetables is the moral of the story.
Boy, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to have to Wikipedia this movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, same. I don't know. It just sounds like sad. It just sounds like sad to me. Like, you have Mario, and I've heard most of it is just like bright, shiny lights for like the whole way, which you would expect. But you could run a coherent thread through it, and I haven't seen it, and I don't know. I'm just going on hearsay. But I'm also not a little child that's amused by bright, shiny lights all the time. So I'm just gonna wait until it's on TBS in 5 or 6 years, or probably HBO Max before then, and I'll put it on while I play Stardew Valley.
What's actually going to happen is Nintendo is going to start their own movie streaming service with the Nintendoverse that they're launching with the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Zelda would be next.
Every character is played by Tom Holland.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh God, the Super Smash Brothers
That's their
movie?
Avengers.
Yeah. Yep. That's the way to unite them all.
Oh no! And then they have to fight the hand at the end.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really what we're gonna do?
Let's be honest. We all know everyone's just waiting for the Metroid movie because they want to see who's gonna play Samus.
Yeah, I mean that could actually be good though. Like, Metroid, of like all of the IPs that Nintendo owns, is one that you could make a real movie out of.
It's gonna be like Halle Berry though, or something like that. And
Halle Berry?
Yeah, people are gonna freak out, be like, no, that's not what the character would look like.
Samus can't be black. Shut up, people.
Yeah, then it's
all right. That's the show. Thanks, everyone.
I'm not saying we're saying people would say that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be something like that's gonna happen, and it's just gonna
People
be
would just say douchey shit like that.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see.
It's like the Black Little Mermaid thing. They're like, "Oh my God, Little Mermaid's black." It's like, yeah, okay, get over your racist ass.
Mhm.
Like, who
That one.
cares?
If you don't care, like if you don't like that, don't go see it.
The old movies
Well,
still
first
exist.
fuck off, then don't see it.
They haven't ruined your childhood.
Yes. And that movie still exists.
Yes.
It's still good. They've
Guess what?
remastered.
You could just have movies that the main character's black. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything about the movie. And if you are opposed to that, maybe it says something about you that you need to think about. Real
And
talk.
again, fuck off.
And again, fuck off.
Also, Nightwish sucks.
I would love to see it.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, now we just lost everybody. But...
This is the hot take
So
podcast.
I joked about putting that in the title of one of our podcast episodes. I mean, I still did it. Like, I did it as a joke. But boy, that video does have a lot more views, and I bet it was people going, "They don't fucking talk about Nightwish at all," and clicking off of it. I got
Hey,
your
man.
views anyways, baby.
Advertise it for the views. We should just like look up what's trending on Twitter before we publish any episode. Just have it called like, "Let's go, Brandon. Trump arrested 2025."
Gotcha
and-
heat. 5 flame emojis.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast. Just over
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
We'll put Mr. Beast in every title. And we'll this is our new campaign. It'll be called Mr. Beast Joins the Joypad Podcast, and every episode at the end will just be like, "Oh, I guess Jimmy didn't show up today, did he?"
We can feel like he's on the way. He's on the way. gotta
Stuck
keep
in
watching.
traffic.
He'll make it next time.
He's bringing
Children rest assured.
He's bringing each of us a car, but we all live very far apart, so it's going to take a while.
I actually have a Mr. Beast car, but it's like a tiny toy car, and it's from a promotion they did that was like everyone gets a car, where they gave away one Lamborghini and like the rest were either like little models or bigger models.
I remember that.
Yeah, I have it.
You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Oprah gets a car. Oprah is made of cars. Oprah is giving birth to cars and needs to give them away.
Oprah's Transformer?
Oh yes, Oprah is Bumblebee. Pregnant Bumblebee.
Okay.
What have
On that
we
note.
done right now?
I think we've hit our limit. I'm cutting Tom off.
I'll keep going. You know I will.
I know you will. Anyway, as always, folks, thanks for sticking with us. If you're still here and listening, you can find more of our stuff online at www.joypadpod.com. Did I
Got
nail
it.
it? Perfect.
You were so
See?
confident with the W's, too.
I'm such a professional. I was.
At /Mr. Beast for a free Mr. Beast burger. Patent pending. Mr. Beast burger may not be available in any or all states.
And you know, Jimmy, I'm sorry you couldn't make it on this episode.
Next time, Jimmy.
Tom, walk us out.
You know, Jimmy, we're looking forward to having you on the show. We know you've got some hot takes. I'm ready to exchange some spicy takes. And, you know, once you're on, we will be here and we will be joyful. You should stay joyful as well. Goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell.